Facing the bull. Facing the bull. Facing the bull is that temptation, baby. That temptation. Facing the bull. You got that, you know. Oh, snowing. You ever face the bull? Temptation. You ever heard anybody say temptation is a mother? Look at out here. Look at this. Look at this. Still talking about temptation is facing the bull, but look at this. Snow everywhere. Facing the bull. Temptation. Man, facing the bull and temptation is clearly something that kind of wins in a battle. Like, for example, here's an example. And I got several temptations, but one of them is chocolate. As for anybody who's been watching my videos, you know I had a root canal just recently. And that comes from eating too much chocolate. And I eat a lot of chocolate because, well, anyway. You'll find out when you grow up. But we're talking about facing the bull. And facing the bull is looking your situation right in the face and saying, man, I can't let you conquer me. I can't let you dominate me. I can't let you rule me. I gotta do something about this temptation thing. A genius friend of mine said God is undefeated. And a lot of times I feel like so is temptation. And if temptation is not undefeated, man has got a lot of wins. Because I don't know a whole lot of people who can kick their habits. Now, if you know some, go ahead and comment at the bottom. Well, I do it all the time. I mean, I'm actually a person who was in Chicago and I used a whole lot of drugs, cocaine, and I was a drug lord, and I sniffed cocaine like Tony Montana off of Scarface, and all of a sudden, you know, it was a whole bunch on the table, and I just refused to do it. I just refused to touch it. Temptation was like, go ahead, try it again, do some more, and I just said, no thanks, I quit. Now, for anybody who has ever been on any substance, anybody who has ever been in that kind of a situation in the drug world, they know what I'm talking about. That it's not that easy to whip temptation, because temptation is something that's calling you. Man, just be calling me, man. They just be calling me. Just calling me. Shout out to, was it Chris Rock and Wesley Snipes? What's the name of that movie? Pookie. Oh man, I don't know why I want to say the Sugar Hill Gang. It wasn't it. Sugar Hill Gang is the group. the name of that movie? I want to say Hamburger Hill. It ain't Hamburger Hill, is it? But anyway, just send me a message. Let me know. I forgot. But temptation is what we're talking about. And so now we're talking about facing the bull, which means if we're going to use the chocolate example, whenever that urge for me comes for the chocolate, how I need to say, no, chocolate, you go away. I no longer have a desire for you. I must protect my teeth and not be a permanent root canal like type of machine. Because I swear it seemed like my stuff be detrimental, like my temptations are heavy, like woo. But anyway, so that would be me telling chocolate that. So if you have your own example of something, you got to face the bull your own self, and you know what your thing is. You know what it is. And like the example that I gave about the drug use, that person will have to say, listen, drugs, I'm no longer going to use you. Now, there are some people who used to smoke cigarettes and they stopped. And that is a victory. And a lot of times they'll tell you the taste really doesn't always completely dissipate or disappear from their mouth. And they have to fight and struggle on a daily basis to not yearn or fiend for that nicotine. I was the fiend before I became a teen, melting microphones like a shout out to Rock Hillman, Eric B. Microphone fiend. Y'all remember Microphone Fiend, Eric B. and Rock Hill? New York's finest. But anyway, we're talking about facing the bull, which means looking at temptation right into his face, like a bully. A bully is a tempter. He, for the most part, not a whole lot of. I'm sure there are some girl bullies, but I think of a bully as a boy. A lot of times, but a bully trying to force you into something. Give me your lunch money. You know. So a bully is a temptation, and you have to face the bull and probably have to fight the bully one day. Sorry to tell you that, or either transfer. But if it's in your nature, then you're probably going to be in trouble again when you go to your new school. Temptation. You in school, 8th grade, 7th grade. Man, smoke this weed. It's temptation. Come to this party. Temptation. Have sex with this person. Temptation. Kiss this person. Temptation. Cut school. Let's cut school. Temptation. Now, to be able to say, nah, I'm not going to cut school. Nah, I'm not about to be kissing. I'm in the 7th, 8th grade. Nah, I'm not about to have sex. I'm in the 7th or 8th grade. Nah, I'm not about to use drugs. Nah, I'm not about to go to that party. Nah, I'm not about to drink. Even though I didn't say drink, and I want to add that right now. Nah, you know, that would be able to resist the temptation. And those people get kudos. Hopefully there's no breakdown in another area of your life where sometimes you just can't hold up the pillar on all sides. So, my ex-wife used to say something to me that was pretty cool. You got to be balanced. So at least maybe you can balance your sins out. Well, what do you mean by that? You know, almost like a juggler. If you can toggle back and forth, you know, this temptation, that temptation. Hey, somebody give me some help over here. These temptations are starting to add up. You know, but maybe you can juggle your temptations or whatever and not have to focus on the same one. How about that? Maybe we can make a deal until we can pray long enough to get rid of all of them. So this is facing the bull, and facing the bull is facing your temptation. I've given examples about what that is. So think about your own life, where you are right now, and if you have any temptations, and try to put the light on it, like Coach Delk said, you know, that his coach at Bowling Green said. So I like to say put the film on. So put the film on means pop the thing on and check it out for yourself. Don't let me tell you. So put the film on and see if you are facing the bull. Find out what your temptations are. And I don't have any temptations. I'm not tempted by nothing. Well, you know what I'm about to say? Well, then I'm not talking to you. I'm only talking to the people who struggle with things. So put the film on and shine the light on it. Put the light on it. And let's see what your temptations are. And let's see if we can improve ourselves by recognizing what the temptation is and trying to drive ourselves away from it. My last piece, I think I'm getting fat. I think I'm gaining weight. And even though I coach and I'm a movable device, I think I'm eating too much. And I think the root canal, my tooth and everything else, and some forms of depression start to set in because of other things. Striving for stuff, and in this waiting period along with working and being a machine, sometimes it can cause breakdowns. And I realized that I've been using food as a substitute. That's why I had to have a root canal. That's why my mouth is like, whoa, buddy, hold it. These temptations are starting to get the best of you. You're going to have to face the bull or either keep going into the dentist. And I paid a lot of money, you know, cash money for that. So it's expensive and it's costly to keep being a bumbling idiot. So I got to do better. Somebody said, if you knew better, you'll do better. So I got to follow my own instructions. Try not to eat as much and maybe start fasting. And that's what it's going to be, having a mental capacity to try and do something mentally to help myself not be starving to death, but be mindful of the fact that I've identified me as eating too much. So since I did that, then I need to do this, and I need to face the bull.